On tonight's edition of Street Stories...
I remember mostly that gun. I remember that gun distinctly.
We'll take you inside...
I walk up to the person, I pull out a gun, I stick them up for the car.
The crime of the year.
It's strictly a crime opportunity.
Carjacking.
They said, if you don't get out, I'll kill your son. He means nothing to me.
It was business.
I can't believe I'm here.
They aren't ordinary tourists.
Much of the Cold War was actually conducted right inside this building.
They're former American spies visiting Russian spies.
People who worked for the same operation have served time in this, may have died here.
But bearing the hatchet...
It's absolutely horrible to contemplate.
...may not be easy.
They were the enemy. It's taken me a while to get over that.
You may remember this.
These buckles are in how many cars?
Hundreds of millions of cars.
The government saw that report and said...
We don't believe as an agency that this kind of phenomenon happens in real war crashes.
But others saw something else.
I said, this is it. This is the clue we need. And I said, I know she was wearing her seatbelt.
Tonight, new evidence...
Could that happen in a crash?
Oh, certainly.
...and new concerns about some seatbelts.
People think I'm a different person, but I just go to my job and do my job, you know?
For this man...
Time to go to work.
Go to work. Go get him.
It's just another day on the job.
He turned out really well as a human cannibal.
And though his career has taken off, he's learning from one that crashed.
I am afraid of it because I know what it can do.
Sean Thomas's career is just taking off, and Elvin Bale is the one who got him launched. These two have formed a special partnership like father and son. But their story is about more than that. It's also about trying to fulfill a dream and giving it your best shot.
People think I'm a different person, but I just go to my job and do my job, you know?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire!
Sean Thomas, human cannonball.
I'm not very different. I just get shot out of a cannon twice a day and 3 on Saturday, 15 times a week.
But how exactly did Sean get launched on this career path?
Should be there pretty soon.
Elvin Bale knows.
There it is, right there. It's on the right-hand side. There's the lot.
Elvin is Sean's mentor and agent. Today, he's returning to the circus, to the scene of his prime.
That's been my whole life, the circus. Ooh, smell the popcorn. I eat, sleep, and drink circus. Now, there's the cannon. All right.
Elvin Bale was once the master of the cannonball universe.
Sure does help to be an aerialist. Hi, Bob.
Elvin grew up under the big top. 3 sisters, including his twin Nita, are all still performers. And Elvin's protege, Sean, is out on the road for his very first season, earning his wings.
How's the cannon working?
It's fine. Everything's fine.
And I think that he turned out really well as a human cannibal. And he loves it.
I just like to sit in there and look around, you know? This is just some of the things. This is the fire button right here. This is the most important one. This is the back door, which everybody tries to get in. No one's allowed to get into.
People offered to pay me to get in there and have a look around. But it's been a trade secret handed down from the Zucchini family, who was a very famous cannibal. It's Papa Zucchini.
It's showtime.
Not good.
And pre-flight preparations are underway.
I designed it myself with the lightning bolts, you know. I like them to fit nice and, not tight, but comfortable, you know. These are the best shoes for flying, I found.
not all of Sean's concerns are strictly aerodynamic. After all, he's only human.
Always got to put a squirt of aftershave on. This is it.
Joy with us and march along. Sing the big top friendly song.
Listen to the din. You know, the crowd, listen to them. They're excited to be here. They're all talking about the tent and the tigers. The clowns and the elephants and the human cannonball. Pretty soon it'll all come together and it'll start and it'll be magic.
Clyde Beatty Cold Feather Circus proudly presents the world's largest artillery cannon in all of American circus show business history. The human cannonball, Sean Thomas. 3, 2, 1, fire! Sean Thomas!
And you say the airbag ripped?
I was in it. That's what took me forever to get out.
It's a rough night.
Ripped? Yeah,
Repeated landings on the airbag are taking their toll.
That's just one tear. These are all the other ones.
You never want to take this stuff for granted because it's not a game. It's serious business.
Yeah, he worries about me too much, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, well, because he knows, you know. He knows what it's like, and I don't.
The electrifying Elvin Bale.
Once, Elvin Bale was one of the greatest daredevils the circus had ever seen.
Every 2 years I would build a new act for Ringling Brothers. The Wheel of Death, the heel-catching trapeze act. That used to scare me.
And of course, the cannon. Then, one night in Hong Kong, it all went horribly wrong.
It happened in 1987.
Elvin's sister Gloria was there.
To this day, we don't understand why, but he overshot the bag.
I got shot out, and I was at the top of my arc, and I looked down, and I realized there was no way I was going to make that airbag. And there's nothing you can do.
I could just tell by the way I heard it, and I knew. And I quickly looked through, and he was on the ground.
They covered me over, and they said to my wife, why don't you go back to the dressing room? There's nothing you can do.
But Elvin Bale, the consummate performer, just wasn't ready for his final bow.
And then all of a sudden, she kneeled down and said, don't leave us. And I just went, and started breathing. And from then on, it was nothing but pain and therapy.
All right, let me grab the net.
Do it in the morning.
Okay.
He probably felt fairly well and didn't realize that he was paralyzed.
The one thing he said, he kept saying, I want to do my canon again. I want to do the canon. And I think that's what hurt him more than anything, that he couldn't.
I mean, if you want to get up at 7, 8, 9, it doesn't matter to me. Okay?
Many, many times, believe it or not, I think of just scrapping the cannon because of the danger involved. And then I'll wake up in the morning and I'll say, boy, I got to get that cannon going. Sean, you let me know and I'll power up.
For years, the cannon lay silent at Elvin's home in Florida, until one day Sean appeared looking for a shot at the big time.
Okay, I'm ready.
He almost became like a son, you know, because sometimes I want to hit him.
Now, during Sean's first season, Elvin is never more than a phone call away.
That's nice. This is beautiful.
This time, Elvin has arrived with a brand new airbag, and they're getting ready to try it for the first time.
Safety's off. We're ready to go. We're going. Fire! Sean! Oh, he's all right. You all right? Good. All right.
Of course, there's more to teach a would-be human cannonball besides simply flying through the air and landing on the right spot. There's also the fine art of styling.
Styling is when you take your bow. And some people have it and some don't.
Well, Elvin had a classy way of styling. I mean, like, you know, voila. That was always a thing, voila.
You know, you look right in their eyes and you say, come on, I did it. Wasn't I good or what? They kind of have to look at you and go, oh, okay, you know, that kind of thing. It's like milk the audience, you know. Sean has come a long way in 7 months that he's been doing the Cannon Act.
When I get up on that ring curve, I go, hey, come on, give me some, like that. And I sometimes put my foot up, you know, and then I look up down here like this, and then I look over here, and I go like that, and then I take my bow like that,
That's
you
right.
know?
Whatever applause we get, we appreciate, and thank you very much.
Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself one of the family. We've taken to you.
Time to go to work.
Go to work. Go get them.
It's clear we're going to get along. You can pretend to fly.
I think it breaks his heart.
Yes.
I think every time he hears the music and the show starts and he sees that it breaks his heart.
Consider yourself one of us.
Sean is his body, and I think that's how he feels, that is him up there. So God help Sean should he do anything wrong. Because that is Elvin Bale's body on that cannon.
It's scary. I'm living that part with him because I know what that's like to crawl down a barrel.
I'm ready. When I'm waiting for the shot to go off, I'm feeling the adrenaline, you know? I'm getting pumped up. I take a deep breath and hold my breath.
There's the thrill of it and the fear of it. It's scary and it's exhilarating to be able to fly through the air and hear that. The audience go, ooh.
Come on, let's hear it.
Too far in the airbag. Boy, Sean, jeez, man, I gotta get out of here. This is too much, man. I mean, it doesn't seem to bother you. You know you can land within 2 feet of dead center all the time.
I told you.
But I don't want you that close to the end. That's scary. Well, scary for me anyway. Jeez. I'm just an old guy, you know? An old disabled guy. I am afraid of it, really, because I know what it can do. It's not a toy, even though it looks like a toy, and it's a Cannon Act in the circus, big deal. But it's more than that. Sean, be careful, all right? Give me a call once in a while. I'd give anything to get shut out of the cannon, but I can't, so I'm gonna do it through Sean.
Elvin Bale is continuing to book acts for various circuses, and he'd like to start up another Cannon Act. As for Sean Thomas, he's just signed up for his 2nd year as the Center Ring's top gun. We'll be back in a moment. That's Street Stories for tonight. We won't be here next week, Thanksgiving, but we will be back in 2 weeks with more stories that are closer to home than you think. Until then, thanks for joining us. I'm Ed Bradley. We'll see you Sunday on 60 Minutes. Good night.
Saturday, they were boys taught to submit and play by the rules. Then a new teacher arrived, the rules changed, and so did their lives. Robin Williams stars in Dead Poets Society Saturday. Now the intrigue continues. Knots Landing is next. Street Stories, a production of CBS News. For a transcript of Street Stories, send $5 to Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey, 07039. And for VHS cassettes of tonight's stories, call 1-800-348-4480.